Hi, Bo. I'm good. Yeah.
Fantastic. All right. I think yeah, a lot of people have joined now, and I think we can get started.
Okay, no problem. Okay, hello guys. Welcome to attend our online agent training focused on studying Australia. And before we beginning, I just want to let you know or maybe remind you about our free QEAC exam promotion. So if you can successfully enroll 2 students via our channel between July 14th to end of December, then you will receive 1 free QEAC certification exam. Okay, don't forget about that. Okay. Okay, now let's officially start. Okay, first of all, I would like to give you about some of the key benefits of studying in Australia. First of all, most of the parents or students may still focus on about the ranking. So as you may know, Australia has around 42 universities, and among the 42, around half of them ranked in the top 300 universities in the world. That's a quite success because as you may know, Australia only has around 25 million population. So compared to USA and the UK, with such a kind of small population, it has a very good reputation in terms of its education system. So its universities ranking are also very good. Okay, second, cultural diversity. Currently, there are around 190 different nationalities study or living in Australia. Take my daughter's school, for example. Her school has around people from 40 different countries. So Australia is really a diverse country, and it welcomes people from all kinds of background and countries. Certainly, Australian universities offers, or maybe Australian institutions offers all kinds of programs. So ranging from arts, science, engineering, information technology, etc. You can find any program that your students want to study. Okay. Fourth, Australia is quite a safe country compared to maybe USA, because Australia bans the guns, while USA, they don't ban the guns, okay? So living in Australia or studying in Australia, you will feel quite safe. Even in the evening, you can walk along by yourself, just not maybe after 12 a.m., okay? Fifth, compared to USA, Canada, or maybe New Zealand, Australia's student visa are relatively easier to get. Saving a lot of travel and time if you help your students to apply for Australian student visa. Number 6. So when you study in Australia, you can work up to 40 hours per fortnight, or maybe full-time during the semester break, okay? Full-time means around 40 hours per week. And if you know about the economics ranked Sydney, Melbourne, and Adelaide continuously the top 10 most livable cities in the world. Okay, so if you study in Australia, you will feel quite a high standard of living. Number 8, and after you graduate from Australian institutions, you can gain from 18 months to 6 years of work rights after your graduation. 9, immigration friendly. So many students who choose Australia as their study destination is because of its immigration policy. Although recently it becomes tightened a bit, but still many immigration-related programs can help students successfully immigrate to Australia after they graduate and work in some relevant area for 1 or 2 years. Finally, the salary in Australia is also quite attractive. As you can see from this screenshot, according to OECD, here are the 10 countries with the highest minimum wages. So Australia ranked number 2 in this list. So people can earn around $12 in Australia, the minimum wage. So compared to United Kingdom and Canada, Australia's minimum wage is quite high. Okay, next, I listed a few useful websites that I use quite often. And you can see here, I mainly put the QS World University ranking and some other rankings that are on the QS. Okay, let me show you a few rankings. So here you can select location Australia, and then you can see all the Australian universities rankings in the world. Okay, so it's a group of 8 universities, including University of Sydney, ANU, Monash, UWA, University of Adelaide. They all ranked either top 100 or just a little below 100. Okay, these are the group of 8 universities. Okay, so apart from this World University ranking, you can also easily find about the subject ranking via here. So if your students want to study, say, computer science, then you just click here, and again you can select the location Australia. So you can find the Australian universities ranking in the subject of computer science in this list. Okay, so this QS ranking is quite easy and you do not need to pay for it. Okay, and then it's about the employability. Here you can see the latest 2022 graduate employability rankings. And as you can see from here, University of Sydney and the University of Melbourne ranked in the top 10 universities in the world. So like University of Sydney's graduate employability is even higher than Harvard University or University of Oxford in the UK. Okay, which shows Australian universities graduates employability is quite high. All right. So another ranking is mainly for school sectors. So better education. I just mentioned a bit. So if any of you want to do school-related cases, then this website is quite useful. So it can show you the best schools in each state. But just note that this ranking is not so official like New South Wales. You can find all the state overall score. This is mainly according to the students' English test score and math test score. Okay, so you can search by location as well. For example, Bold in Sydney. So you can see this non-government, which means it's private school, and also this government school, Bold Girls High School, ranked very high in this list. Okay, so this is how this list ranking works. All right, next, this is quite important. So the course search engine, which can save everyone a lot of time. Here I just list 2 useful course search engines for you. first of all, it's a Qualifications website. So Qualifications means the list of courses that are for overseas students. Okay, so any course list here are for overseas students. So another website is Study in Australia. So this one. So both websites can let you type in the program's name, like keyword here, and level, for example, graduate. And you can also select the relevant states that you want to look for example, New South Wales. And then you click Start Search. So all the programs listed here shows you like which universities offer this Master of Nursing and how long is the duration, okay? For example, like Western Sydney University offers this Master of Nursing Professional Studies. Its duration is 2 years, which is 104 weeks. Okay, and this Study Australia website is also quite useful, and it shows you more information actually. For example, nursing and just New South Wales and level of study, master degrees. Sorry, I didn't keep notes. Okay, so for example, this Master of Nursing, when you click inside, it will also show you some of the key summaries, like what you will normally study within this program and career opportunities, entry criteria. So for me, now I prefer to use this Study Australia search engine more than the Qualifications website. Okay, and each state also offers its own kind of course search engine, and these websites also allows you to apply for bachelor degree if the students study onshore in Australia. So mainly for the bachelor programs. So like UAC is for students, onshore year 12 students who want to apply for bachelor programs offered by universities or institutions in New South Wales and Canberra. And this VTAC is for you to apply for onshore year 12 students who want to study in Victoria State. Okay, these are all very useful search engines. Next is about TAFE. So some of you may have done cases related to TAFE courses. And for some of you who may not know TAFE well, after this training, you can learn about TAFE. What is TAFE through this link. And also I have summarized all the links for you to use if you want to search TAFE related courses. And many counselors may easily select the wrong link. Actually, every government TAFE offers a special list of courses for international students only. So you need to click the right link rather than click the link that leads to the information for domestic students. Okay, so for example, let's take New South Wales. This link is for international students only. And here, all the courses you can find is for international students. Okay, quite useful. Yeah, so most of the government TAFEs are listed here. And just note that TAFE, government TAFE in Northern Territory is combined within Charles Darwin University. So Charles Darwin University offers quite a lot of TAFE courses as well. Okay, next is about the students' experience or graduate survey. So this website allows you to compare different universities, like graduate employability or graduate salary, etc. For example, I click engineering, and let me delete it first. Okay, so let me select Charles Darwin University, Charles Sturt University, for example, and another one. Let's see, maybe Macquarie University, for example. So we can compare all the three universities. So most of the parents or students care more about the graduates' employment rate and salary. And when you scroll down, you can find like CDU students who find full-time employment rate is 93%, which is quite high compared to Macquarie University, which is 77.6. Okay, the reason I think is mainly because CDU is the only university in Northern Territory, and yeah, so that's what why makes it the university's employment rate is quite high. And also about median salary, graduates from CDU earns more than graduates from Macquarie universities. Okay, so these data are quite objective, and you can show the students or parents, apart from the ranking, what else they can look for when they choose the universities. Okay. Okay, next website is related to skilled occupation list. So this one. So this one is related to immigration, okay? And it allows you to select the job or program that you want to look for. For example, teaching. So like early childhood teacher or middle school secondary school teacher are both listed in the medium and long-term strategic skill list. So which makes it eligible to apply for 189 skill independent visa. And for other programs that you see like 489 or like 491, etc. So which means they are eligible for other kind of migration pathways. So please just remember about this website. It's quite useful. So you can show your students which programs are relatively more flexible with immigration pathways. And just want to let you know that my colleague Husmara will provide another training in October focusing on immigration in Australia. Okay, so stay tuned about our newsletters. Okay, next it's about scholarships. So this scholarship is quite recent. It's announced like just last year. Okay, it's called Destination Australia, and we call it the DA scholarship in abbreviation. So this Destination Australia is offered to some universities with campuses in the regional area. Okay, so the meaning of this scholarship is just want to motivate students to study in regional Australia and to work afterwards in regional Australia. So this scholarship funding is 15,000 per year and can be up to 4 years. Okay, so yeah, after training you can just click in this website and look for more detailed information. So the quota is quite limited. So if you want to apply for this Destination Australia scholarships, and you need to encourage your students to apply soon, because like each university may only have a dozen of Destination Australia scholarships. Okay. Okay, next one is our own institution portal. So when you log into our institution portal using this username and password, we have summarized some university scholarship links for you. For example, here you click Australia, and then sector you select university. So you can just click inside this super link, for example, scholarship, and you can find, it will directly link you to the scholarship for each university, okay? So it saves you a lot of time while you look for one by one. So you can just go into our portal and have a look about the scholarships. Okay, next, it's about the Australian qualifications framework. For most of the high school graduates from your countries or regions, the certificates they can apply for is normally starting from certificate 3, okay? So certificate 3 normally require students to be at least year 10 or maybe year 11 graduates, okay? So diploma is normally for students who are high school graduates. And after they complete diploma, they can pursue advanced diploma, or maybe after they just completing their high school studies, they can apply for associate degree directly. So most of the diploma and advanced diploma associate degree are offered by TAFEs, okay? But some universities also offer higher education diploma, which is equivalent to year 1 of the university degree. Okay, level 7 is a bachelor degree. As you may know, some bachelor degrees in Australia is 3 years, while some degree programs like engineering, social work, psychology, law, these kind of degrees are all 4 years, and it includes the honors degree as well. So it will be 4 years directly Bachelor of Honors degree, okay? But if you students pursue a Bachelor of Business, Bachelor of IT, Bachelor of Science, Bachelor of Arts degree, it's normally 3 years. And if you want to pursue like doctor degrees or pursue further study in UK or USA, it would be better for you to do another year of Bachelor of Honors degree, okay? Then is master degree or doctoral degree, okay? Okay, next slide is about different programs, job prospects. Okay, this list is about the median full-time salary of recent Australian graduates by study area. Here you can see that the job with the highest salary is dentist, and next is medicine. So this 84 means 84,000, okay, salary in 1,000 Australian dollars. So it can show you clearly which kind of programs can help students to earn more, okay? So normally the immigration related programs like dentistry, medicine, teaching, education, social work, engineering, and law, IT, rehabilitation. It includes like occupational therapy or physical therapy and nursing, etc. All help students to earn above 60,000 annual salary. Okay, so this is another very useful list that you can show your students or parents. Next is about recommended immigration programs and institutions. First of all, of course, it's nursing. Everyone knows that nursing program in Australia is most popular one, okay? And here I listed a few universities for you to remember. The one I want to mention most is Charles Darwin University. Charles Darwin universities offer both 3-year Bachelor of Nursing program and also 2-year Master of Nursing program. Both can lead to registered nurse in the end. And also for the Master of Nursing, it does not require any previous background. Okay, so no matter what programs your students major in, like even Bachelor of Arts, they can apply for this Master of Nursing and then become a registered nurse in Australia. Also, Charles Darwin University recently launched a Diploma of Health nursing pathway. So this diploma allows students to study online for the first 8 months, starting from next year, March, okay? Starting from next year, March. And from March to November, you can study entirely when you are offshore. You just need to be onshore in Darwin in November next year in order to get the practical internship, which is compulsory, okay? So this is quite unique because not many universities offer like nursing studies online, okay? So just keep in mind CDU's Diploma of Health nursing pathway and its Master of Nursing. Both are very good options for students. Also, UTAS Flinders WSU offers 2-year Bachelor of Nursing graduate entry program, which means they are offered to bachelor graduates. But for Flinders and the WSU, they have some prerequisites, like in terms of you need to have study experience in the human biology or anatomy, etc. So for more details, you can always check with our teams if you need more information. Southern Cross University also offers a Diploma of Health nursing pathway. Okay, the diploma's IELTS requirement is 6.5 with no band below 6.5. So any students who cannot achieve 7 in all bands directly can go through this diploma pathway. And once you complete this diploma, it can help you basically just get into the year 2, because it can help you get credit waiver for 7 subjects. As you may know, Australia universities each year only need to study 8 subjects. So 7 subjects is almost equals to 1 year. Okay. And then it's social work. So with the pandemic going around in Australia, more and more social workers are needed in Australia. So which makes social work becoming increasingly more popular program. Okay, so the universities I recommend, or institutions I recommend, including ACAP, which is specialized in social work and psychology, ACU, University of Wollongong, CDU, etc. Okay, so actually all of the Master of Social Work program starting from next year will require students to have some prerequisites. So like students need to study previously some social science subjects like policy or psychology, etc. Okay. Next is about educational teaching. So for the bachelor degrees, normally they are called Bachelor of Education, but for the master levels, they are normally called Master of Teaching. Okay, so as I mentioned just now, there are 2 majors that can help students apply for the immigration pathway. First one is early childhood education or Master of Teaching in early childhood. The other one is called Bachelor of Education, secondary education, or Master of Teaching, secondary education. Okay, so both programs have relatively flexible entry requirement. Taking Master of Teaching early childhood education, for example, it can accept students with any kinds of background. Okay, so no matter what, like you study Bachelor of Engineering or Bachelor of IT or Bachelor of Arts previously, you can all apply for the Master of Teaching. Okay, early childhood pathway. The other one, Master of Teaching secondary education, will need students to meet the requirement of 2 teaching areas, which means that if you study, for example, Bachelor of Accounting before, and then you want to apply for Master of Teaching secondary education, then you need to nominate 2 areas that you are capable of teaching. So normally for Bachelor of Accounting students, they can nominate like maths or business studies. Both subjects are within Australia secondary education's curriculum. Okay, so just like that, you need to be more careful when you apply for Master of Teaching secondary. So another key institution I want to focus is this TAFE New South Wales. Okay, so TAFE New South Wales offers Bachelor of Education early childhood pathway. It can be studied standalone or be studied as a package program. Students can apply for certificate 3 plus diploma plus 2.5 years of bachelor programs. So in total, it's still 4 years. And the entry requirements will be lowered down to IELTS 6 with no band below 5.5. So once you complete certificate 3 in early childhood, then you can officially work as staff in early childhood centers. Okay, so you can earn very good salary just after half year studying in Australia, which is quite attractive. Okay, next is the information technology area. So IT is quite popular because it offers quite a lot of like areas that you can choose from. Let's go back to this one, and I just type in. Wait just a minute. So you can see IT-related occupation includes analyst programmer, this network and system engineer, like database, this one, and develop programmer, business analyst, etc. So quite a lot of occupations that you can nominate after you graduate from IT-related program. Okay. And for this recommended list, I want to focus more on Charles Sturt universities because CSU offers 2 years Master of IT programs, but actually students only need to study 12 subjects. So even they study 12 subjects in 2 years, they still can qualify for the 189 visa and also qualify for the PSW PSW visa as well, post-study working visa as well. Okay, so can save students a lot of money when they study Master of IT with CSU. Okay, and also Master of IT or Bachelor of IT's IELTS requirement is quite achievable, I would say. So like Flinders University's Bachelor of IT or Master of IT only require students to achieve 6 with no band below 5.5. Okay, so quite achievable. And next is engineering. So engineering, again, there are many different specializations. So you can choose to major in, for example, civil engineering or mechanical engineering or software engineering, environmental engineering, like biomedical engineering, etc. So basically, every specialization can allow students to apply for the immigration visa. Okay, just note that the program you find need to be Engineers Australia accredited. If it is not Engineers Australia Association accredited, then it will be quite complex for you to apply for the immigration. Okay, so these universities are listed here, all get EA accredited. Okay. So next one is construction management. So this program, most of the counselors may not know quite well. So it's quite niche actually, and very few universities offer it in the master level. So Bond University and the Deakin universities both offer this Master of Construction Management program. And they can lead you to the quantity surveyor occupation, which is also eligible for the immigration pathway. Okay, and IELTS requirement is also not high. And then it's rehabilitation related programs. Physiotherapy, we call it PT in short. Occupational therapy, we call it OT in short. So the IELTS requirement is relatively higher, but also the salary is also very high, and the physiotherapists and occupational therapists are quite gain quite good reputation in Australia. I think just after dentistry and GP is like physiotherapist and occupational therapist. So just note that both programs' tuition fee is quite high, yeah, just on the medicine-related courses. And finally, it's law, or in the master level, we call it Juris Doctor. So Juris Doctor is another program that does not require any previous relevant background. Okay, so if you study engineering degree before, you can also go for the JD program. So many universities offer this 3-year Juris Doctor program, but only 2 universities allow you to complete the JD program and become a solicitor after graduation within 3 years. Okay, so because normally for other universities, the Juris Doctor program only will take you 3 years to complete, and you will need another 9 to 12 months to complete a legal practice program. Okay, but for these 2 universities, Bond University and University of Newcastle, they allow you to complete the legal practice program within 3 years. Okay, so save you 1 year. Okay, so for the Bachelor of Law, they are all 4 years. Okay, next is the map of Australian universities. Okay, here I listed the group of eight universities. So like in Sydney, there are University of Sydney and University of New South Wales. Melbourne, it has University of Melbourne, Monash University, and since last year, University of Adelaide offers a branch campus in Melbourne as well. Okay, so most of the universities are located in the east and south part of Australia, and some universities are located in Perth. Okay. And also don't forget about University of Tasmania, which is like an island. It's the only university in Tasmania, just like Charles Darwin University is the only university in Northern Territory as well. Okay. Okay, next, another important topic, regional areas. Okay. Starting from November 2019, so all regions in Australia except Sydney, Melbourne, and Brisbane are classified as regional areas. So much more easier than before. And the policy is mainly to encourage students to study in cities apart from these three. Okay. So with this policy launched, more benefits for students studying in regional areas also coming. And as you may know, the regional areas are classified as two categories. Okay, so category 2, including these cities or regions. So category 3, including these cities or regions. So if you study in a campus located in the category 2 cities or major regional centers, you can gain additional 1 year of PSW visa, okay? And also another 5 points for skilled immigration. If you study in a campus located in category 3 cities or areas, you can gain additional 2 years of PSW visa, okay? So which is really attractive. And the regional areas living cost is much lower compared to Sydney, Melbourne, and Brisbane. Okay. So like Darwin, for example, the living cost is only around 1,200 to 1,500 per year. Okay. And here I also summarized all the universities that have campuses in the regional areas. Okay, it's quite handy. Okay, online application procedure. So normally we just collect the documents from your end, and we will launch the online application and help your students to get conditional offer. Then once you students graduate from bachelor degree, for example, or gets the qualified IELTS or PT exam result, then they can fulfill the conditions and receive unconditional offer. And then they can pay deposit and buy students' healthcare as well. And then they will receive COE, which is confirmation of enrollment, which is used to apply for student visa. Then they can arrive in Australia under normal circumstances. But now most of the universities, due to the Australian border is still closed, they offer online study as well. So just please note that any remote or online study conducted during the COVID-19 period will also be counted towards the Australian study requirements, which means your students can still apply for the PSW visa or qualify the 5 points for the immigration purpose if they study offshore online, as long as they hold a valid visa during their study. Okay, so please encourage your students to study a lot online, because it can save a lot of cost, and also it will still make students eligible for the PSW visa or the 5 points immigration, 5 points for the immigration visa. Okay. So next is about the temporary graduate visa for 485 subclass. Okay, so there are two types of subclass 485 visa. The first one is called graduate work stream. So this stream can help students to stay up to 18 months after they graduate. Okay, so it's normally like VET courses that is related to the medium long-term skilled strategic skills list. Okay, for example, chef, or maybe carpenter, etc. So these kind of vet courses can allow students to stay up to 18 months after they graduate. So another stream is PSW stream, which mainly relates to the higher education area. Okay, so if you graduate from a 2-year or above bachelor or master by coursework program, you can gain 2 years PSW visa at first. If you study master by research, you can gain 3 years first. Then if you study a doctor degree and successfully graduate, you can apply for a 4 years postgraduate visa. Okay, and as mentioned before, you can gain another 1 or 2 years depending on where you study. Okay. Okay, I will leave the detailed information for my colleague to do the immigration related training next month. Also, most of the programs related to immigration will need to be accredited by certain kind of organizations, okay, such as accounting, teaching, IT, engineering, nursing, etc. So all programs have corresponding organizations which will need to accredit the programs in the end when the students graduate. Okay, next is the studying and the living cost. And the tuition fee range is actually quite big. The gap is quite big actually. So for group of 8 universities, the tuition fee is normally much more expensive than the non-group of 8 universities. So for non-group of 8 universities, the tuition fee range from 20,000 to 45,000. So like arts or social science related programs, normally the tuition fee is cheaper, while the engineering or like PT or OT related programs, the tuition fee will be much higher. Okay, and also some universities give quite a lot of scholarship for students. For example, Southern Cross University gives out 5,000 to 8,000 AUD per year, and its tuition fee, original tuition fee, is already quite affordable, around 28,000 to 29,000 per year. So after deducting scholarship, the tuition fee is just a little bit above 20,000. Okay. So if you can study at a very affordable university for 2 years, then gain up to 4 years PSW visa, I think it's a very good return of investment. Okay. And next is about government TAFE. So government TAFE tuition fees is also quite affordable. Taking the Bachelor of Early Childhood Education program offered by TAFE New South Wales, its tuition fee is only 14,000 per year. Okay, 14,000 per year. And if you apply for next year February intake, you can gain additional 25% scholarship. Okay, so which can lower down the tuition fee to around 10K per year. Okay, very, very affordable. Okay, and also in the end, it can lead you to the immigration pathway. Okay, so the rent and other living costs I list here. So depending on how luxury you want to live, or how much money you want to save in terms of the rent. Okay, so the gap is also very big. Okay, next is about the school sector tuition fee. So if it's a government school, the tuition fee is around 12K to 16K per year. While if it is a private school, the tuition fee ranges from 20K to 40K per year. Then the homestay cost I put here. Okay. So academic term, I just explained a little bit. For the semester model, most of the group of 8 universities offers the programs according to the semester model. So every year there are 2 semesters. The first semester is normally late February or early March to end of June. The second semester is from late July to end of November. But some universities like USW, Griffith, Torrance University, etc., offers programs on the trimester model. So the reason why they offer the trimester model is because they this kind of model can help students to graduate sooner compared to semester model. For example, if it's a trimester model, students can still study up to 4 subjects each trimester. Okay, so as I mentioned, normally Australian universities offers 8 subjects per year. So if you can complete 12 subjects within a year, you can complete normally a 3-year degree within 2 years. Okay, so it can save 1 year to 1 year living cost if it's a trimester model. But just need to be remember that the pressure will be quite high if you study that lot of subjects within 1 year. So just need to let students to keep in mind, don't take too many subjects within each year. So this is how the 2-semester model and the trimester model works. Okay, next I summarized a very comprehensive list for you to look for. It can save you a lot of time. For example, if you want to look for the undergraduate direct entry requirement, let's say, for example, University of Wollongong. So when you click that link, you can find all the countries' qualifications as listed here. For example, let's say Indonesia. It shows you like what's the foundation requirement for Indonesian students. What's the bachelor requirement for bachelor degree students? Okay, and like India as well. So our main purpose for providing this list is just to help both us and your time, so you can work more efficiently when you provide the recommended universities for your students. Okay, so all the most popular universities are listed here. And next is about the postgraduate direct entry. So this is like conversion grading system conversion table. And normally for Australian universities, they will either adapt the 7-point grading scale or the 50%, 100% grading scale with 50% as a passing mark. So if your country or your student's institution, for example, use the 4-point scale with 2 as a pass, and normally for most of the Australian universities, they just need 65% as a direct entry requirement for postgraduate studies. So if you can compare that with the 4-point scale, your students only need to achieve 2.7 in order to gain direct entry to most of the Australian universities. Okay, so this is how the how this conversion table works. And next is about the foundation program or the diploma programs. So foundation programs is normally provided to students who cannot meet the undergraduate direct entry requirement. Okay, so its requirement is normally lower than the direct entry. For example, this foundation studies or the diploma programs. they only for foundation normally can accept year 11 graduates from most of the countries, while diploma programs, which equals to the first year of university degree, can accept high school graduates, but with a lower entry requirement. So, for example, bachelor degree, direct entry needs at least 65%, but for diploma entry, it only needs 45%. Okay. So foundation helps your students to enter the relevant bachelor degree with a lower academic score, also a lower English language score. And again, we summarized quite a lot of popular programs for you in this PowerPoint, and you can have a detailed look after this training. Diploma, as I mentioned, it's normally for high school graduates, and it is equivalent to year 1 of a bachelor degree in Australia. So once you complete the diploma program, you can progress to year 2 directly. Also, nowadays, more and more universities offer pre-master programs as well. So pre-master programs means it offers relatively flexible entry requirement for students to enter the pre-masters first. Then when they complete the pre-masters, they can progress to the master degree officially, okay? Again, we summarized most of the popular diploma or pre-master programs in the PPT, and you can take a look afterwards. Okay, I think that's the end of my training today. Just 1 hour, and I will take a look at the questions.
Yeah, thanks, Mike. Yeah, a lot of the questions, just before we get started with those questions, a lot of people asking about the PPT. Yes, of course, we will provide this PPT to everyone. All participants will get access to this PowerPoint training after the webinar. We'll send to you perhaps later in the day, and also along with the recording as well. My colleagues will send that to all participants in the training here today, and any of our other partners that could not join, we will also send as well. So thanks for all your questions in there as well. All right, so
yeah, I will answer the questions from my end. Okay.
Great.
Yeah. Okay, the first one I think is the question raised by George Robles. Can they accept people from okay, so yeah, TAFE New South Wales has some articulation agreement with some private colleges. So if your students institutions are not within the agreement, we can still apply for credit waiver like RPL for your students, and normally they can get credit waiver from TAFE New South Wales. Yeah. Okay, second one is, do students need a student visa if they are studying offshore during pandemic? Okay, so for this question, it's not compulsory for students to apply for student visa, but as I mentioned, if they in the end want to apply for PSW visa or apply for immigration, they need to ensure when they start their online study, they need to hold student visa when they study offshore. Yeah, then they can qualify for the Australia study requirement afterwards. For the 485 visa, I think the maximum age, let me check, should be 40. I will double check and get back to you. Okay. Yeah, if possible, you can leave your email address here in the chat box.
Who asked that question, Mike?
Abby Joan. Abby Joan.
Abby.
Yeah.
Okay.
Abby Joan. So another question, what are the requirements for getting scholarship? Okay, so different universities adopt different requirement for scholarship. So for example, some university like Western Sydney universities, it offers scholarship directly as long as you meet the minimum entry requirement for its programs. Okay, so like Master of Social Work, it offers students 6,000 scholarship per year if the students can meet the minimum entry requirement for that program. While some universities offer scholarship based on the student's academic score. So the higher score you have, the higher chance you will get that scholarship. For example, ANU, Australian National Universities, only offer scholarship for the top performing students. Okay, how to become a partner with Yes Education. So if you haven't become a partner with us, I will put a link, send a link here. And yes, you can yeah, so yeah, if you haven't become a partner with us yet, you can fill in your details in this link, and then our team in charge of each area will get back to you quite soon. Okay. Next one. See. How to is the trimester model optional or compulsory? Yeah, for some universities, it's the only option they have. Okay, and for each program, it's normally either semester model or trimester model. But for some universities like UNSW, it only offers trimester model now. Okay, but for some universities, they offer both semester model or trimester model, but each program only has one option, so you need to choose carefully. So for the trimester model, if you just standard on the normal pace, it will be like 3 + 2 + 3 or 3 + 3 + 2. So within 1 year, you still complete 8 certificates. Next one. Okay. What's the difference between pre-master and graduate diploma? Yeah, so I think that's a good question. So pre-master normally is what we call it's a like non-award qualification. Okay, so pre-master length is normally 4 months to half a year, and some pre-masters program actually the same as graduate certificate. So graduate certificate can be combined with a master degree, and it can be counted towards the student's study length when they apply for the PSW visa. Okay, but if it's called pre-masters only, then it's non-award qualification, so it won't be counted towards the final study length, and it may impact your application for the PSW visa or the immigration visa. So graduate diploma is a 1 year length program, and many universities use graduate diploma for students to enter its master programs within like lower academic score. The IELTS requirement is normally same as the master program, and yeah, just like a graduate certificate, if it's combined with the master degree, then the whole length, the package length can still be counted towards the Australian study requirement if it's like a 2 year, including both graduate diploma, which we call it a GD in short, and also the master degree. Okay. Okay, yeah. For Master of IT, that requires no previous in. Yeah. For Master of IT, that actually most Australian universities Master of IT programs do not require any background at all. Even you study Bachelor of Arts, for example, you can still apply for the Master of IT. Yeah, only very few universities will require students to have a IT-related background. So I don't think it will be risky if you want to apply for the Master of IT. I definitely believe Master of IT is a good migration program. Okay, yeah, thanks for one partner answered the 485 visa requirement, age requirement. It's less than 50. Does TAFE New South Wales accept a bachelor graduate school? Actually, for TAFE New South Wales, as long as the students pass the high school, yeah, passing mark is fine. So as long as it's a passing mark, it will be fine. What schools aren't doing online studies for people? Is it okay to study before applying for study? Yes, definitely. So actually, most of the university in Australia are now offering online studies, but for some programs, like especially the nursing, social work, teaching programs that require practical placement, it's kind of difficult for them to study online. For most of the normal programs like IT, engineering, business, etc., they allow students to study online, and they are okay to study before they apply for student visa. Yeah, as I mentioned, it's not compulsory for you to apply for student visa when you stuck overseas, but it's important to note that you need to study while holding a student visa if you in the end want to apply for the PSW visa or the immigration visa. Can student complete his bachelor in regional and earn 3, wish to work outside as a region or even? Okay, so for the additional 1 or 2 years post-study working visa, this is how it works. So you need to gain, like for example, 2 years first in 2 years PSW visa first, and then you need to stay in that region, in the regional area for 2 years. Then you can apply for another 1 or 2 years after you stay the whole length in the regional areas. Okay, so you cannot just work in the metropolitan cities like Sydney or Melbourne and then apply for another 1 or 2 years. That's not what the Australian government wants. Okay, they encourage you to study in the regional areas. Actually, many regional areas like Gold Coast, Perth, Adelaide, the cities are quite nice. Actually, it's not that regional as you may think of. Can PLQEAC agent apply for student visa? Yeah, I think if you are offshore agents, they don't care that much. Yeah, you can still help students to apply for the student visa. But onshore agents, they may be supervised by the relevant organizations more closely. So after completing diploma and advanced diploma, if students only complete diploma and advanced diploma within the area related to the medium and long-term strategic skill list, then they can apply for the GWS visa. Okay, as I mentioned previously, GWS stream is for students who want to study up to 18 months after they graduate. Okay, can students graduate from package course or early travel? Yeah, of course. So either it's a package program or it's like bachelor direct entry program, will make students qualify for the AITSL assessment. Okay, no problem at all. Yeah. No anyways. Okay, and some other questions in the Q&A. Can you send the list of universities who don't have official English school and ask them to take their own? Yeah, for the universities offers internal placement test. I think we will gather a list and share with our partners afterwards. But currently we don't have a existing one. But most of the universities offer placement tests will still require students to package a certain length of any course. Okay. Which course we can apply for spouse visa? I think either bachelor of master programs will qualify students for the spouse visa, if I'm correct, because I'm not so familiar with the immigration or visa section because I mainly focus on the education area. So if you have any further questions, you can become our partner, and then you can check with us in the through WhatsApp or other social media chat platform. Okay, so yeah. So if they apply for AU, what's the minimum score AU needs for students from other Australian universities? Okay, so Australian National University will normally require 5 out of 7. 5 out of 7, which is around according to this list, which is around 67, around 66 out of 100 if the students graduate from other Australian universities. Okay. You said students can take online courses before applying for visa. So what if students visa fail for visa due to yeah, that's a tricky question. If your students study online first, and then after, so yeah, so I would highly recommend if your students are from kind of level 2 or level 3 countries, which means they have more risk when they apply for the student visa. They'd better apply for the visa and then start online study first. Otherwise, if they already start like a half year or maybe 1 year and then get visa rejected, tuition fee refund, I think that will become an issue. IELTS, PTE, and any other English test union like UK, they accept a lot of them. Yes, so recently, many universities can accept IELTS indicator or TOEFL home edition. And some universities also accept like ANU for February intake next year. It also accepts Duolingo as well. Yeah. So if you have any specific universities in mind, you can check with us in the social media chat group, and we will get back to you. Okay. Any student visa can apply for private visa. Yeah. Thanks for the answer, Jenny. Any student visa can apply for partner visa so long as they are age 18 and older. Okay. Yeah, I think if there are no more questions, let's keep in touch, and we will send you the recording and the PowerPoint afterwards, and you can reach out to us.
Yeah, I've just put my email address there. So if anyone's has not signed with Yes Education, Mike did provide the link before to set up a meeting with us to get that going. And then I've also put my email there as well, bo@yesedugroup.com.au. So if you have any questions, you don't have my WhatsApp, something like that, send me an email first, and then we get in touch with you. And I hope everyone enjoyed today's session. Like Mike said, we will do another session very shortly on specific to migration. And we will also do another one for the UK. The one in the UK will be next week, right, Mike? October 5th?
Yeah, next week.
Yeah, next week. We will do another one for the UK market. So we hope for those that do the UK market, or for those that don't know much about the UK market, but want to start, that would be a really good information session for you to join as well, since we not only do Australia, we do lots of other different markets as well. So always watch this space. We're very active on Facebook as well, on Instagram. So don't forget to follow our pages there as well. And just simply get in touch with any of our team members. If you don't know how to get in touch with us, you can always go to our website as well. There's all of our contact details are there as well. And keep following this space. We'll have lots of webinars to come in the future. So thank you very much. And thanks, Mike, for the presentation again. That was really fantastic. And we'll see you at the next webinar soon.
Yeah, okay. See you guys.
See you, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.